right. Hi, Renee. Good afternoon, and welcome to Symphony 7. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to our conversation.
Yeah, me too. Well, Renee, you have been with Symphony 7 for some time now, and we'd love you and the members to get to know you more. That's why we're doing this. So, for instance, you're just riding in an airplane, and somebody, it's a stranger would be beside you, and would ask you who is Renee. So, what would you say?
Well, that's a good one because I do miss speaking to people in airplanes.
Yeah, imagining this one would be fun.
Yeah, I would say my name's Renee. I'm a connector. I love people. I have a passion to grow people and grow with them and through them as part of a process. One of my big passions is writing and sharing my message via writing. And really, I guess, I believe anyone can do anything they want if they know what that is. So helping people realize that's a big part of me, not just professionally, but in my personal life. I love to cook. That's one of my passions. And I think, I don't know, I think food, I always say, is a time machine to our memories. And I think I love the process of shopping or, market shopping and cooking food, but I love connecting through food and bringing people together through that experience as well. Yeah.
Thank you. That's amazing. I also love food, and I'd love to know how did you start with your movement? I mean, what's the heart in this?
Yeah, good question. So after sort of 12 years in the corporate world in leadership, marketing and learning and development type roles, I loved where I worked, but I really wanted to spread my wings and spread my message and work with people from diverse cultures, diverse industries. So, as we record this, I've had the company 15 years, and like anything, it's evolved. So I used to do a lot of, around sales capability, which is still a specialist area for me, but really just working with leaders. Oh, you disappeared.
Oh, sorry. I just fixed my camera. All right.
That's better. So yeah, just so it's led me on this amazing journey that is constantly evolving. And my team and I work with leaders, teams and organizations to really, I guess, energize mindset and accelerate leadership and communication to lift performance, but lift connection and collaboration and create a culture that's connected. So, so I went out on my own 15 years ago. Like any business owner, it's had its, its highs and lows. We've had the pandemic, starting a business from scratch, but I've always stayed true to my purpose and to the values that I bring into the work that I do. And that's really kept me on track. A beautiful thing I've been able to do is I've authored 3 books. I've always been a writer. Since I was 8 years old, I've been finding all these different books lately that I wrote as a kid.
Oh, wow.
I had a wild imagination, and my really good friend would do the illustrations. And being able to set to, so many ways now, as you know, Christine, we can share our message. So through workshop programs, coaching programs, speaking at events, but through writing. So blogs, articles, books, and those that know me, I'm very interactive, very high energy. So everything we do gives people the tools and the insights so they can go and bring it to life back on the job and in their lives.
That's beautiful. Yeah. That's beautiful. So can you share to us like just one basic thing why people get disconnected to their true selves?
Such a good question. I think many people, and we've all been there or could be there as you're watching this, we tend to sort of, I think, sometimes become what I say, a human doing, not a human being.
Okay.
And a lot of it, a lot of attention out. And especially if you're a giver, lots of attention and energy out and not a lot of time to connect with ourselves. So I'm a big believer to have whole connection. You need to be connected to yourself first and foremost to be able to connect at a deep level with others. People are, time poor, skill stretch, trying to do everything. And unfortunately, and, I'm guilty as charged, we leave ourselves till last. So coming back and filling your cup so you can be in better service to others is key.
Oh, I can really relate to what you're saying because, we are of different roles, to be honest, right?
Yeah.
As I could be a mother, working for a company. So what can you share? Like a little tip for those mothers.
Oh, tips. Yeah, tips. So I think connecting to self comes back, I think, Christine, to, jealously protecting self-reflective time. And I even say to clients, and something I do a bit now, is put it in your diary, because we have meetings, we have catch-ups, we run stuff, we do everything for everyone, and we never let them down, but too often we let ourselves down. So put that me time in your diary, even if it's 25 minutes. So 6 o'clock this morning, I went for a walk. I've got like a 14-hour day today, but I went for a walk and I actually put it in my diary and left my runners near the front door as a bit of a trigger. So as soon as I came down to get dressed and ready for work, I was like, nope, I'm going to get out for a quick walk. So that's the first one. Yeah, that's probably a key
so wise.
tip.
Yeah.
And another tip, I think, is to get to know yourself. Know your capabilities, and more than anything, and I do a lot of work on this, know what motivates you, what energizes, what makes you go, yay, I love doing that, and bring that into your life as much as you can. In work on a Monday morning, do your favorite bit of your role as much as you can on a Monday morning, and that can set the tone for the week.
Oh, that's amazing. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, I can totally resonate with what you're saying because a lot of people right now are in, mental conditions, anxiety and all, especially this pandemic. And having to, yes, you're right, having to really decide to have a self-reflection and, be motivated all the time for the entire week, having that time dedicated for that is so important, especially for decision makers,
Oh, you have to, or you get I call it decision fatigue.
Yeah.
I think
I like your words.
Decision fatigue, though, is a real thing. It's where it's like change fatigue. It's where you go through too many changes or have to make too many decisions in a small amount of time. And what happens when we see this, Christine, in a lot of teams is managers will say, oh, Mary's just lazy, or Mary's bored. Mary's got decision fatigue. So you get, it's like paralysis. You can't think anymore. And I know at the end of the day, when we used to be able to go to restaurants, I can make decisions like that. When it comes to food and I stop, I can never decide. And it's because I've just made so many decisions through the day. So I think that's something that's really important. And with the motivational piece, we call it motivational intelligence. Don't just know what lights you up, satisfy and drive it, and find out the people around you. If you're, Christine, if you're motivated by numbers and data and reporting, I'm not, but we can work well together.
Right.
So you do that and you give me what I love, and we learn, and we actually we actually can turn our weaknesses and leverage them together to actually be a dream team, you know,
that's
which
amazing.
is awesome.
Yes. Yeah. Renee, I have so many questions for you when you were sharing this one. But one thing that pops up is, if you can really recreate the universe right now, what does it look like, a human being for you?
A human being or the human race, I just never understand why, and this makes me a little bit emotional, but why everyone can't just get along. We're one planet, we're one world, we're human beings, we're one race, and I think that for me is when I see war and things, I just think we're on one planet. Why? Yeah. So there'd be everyone sending love, not war. There'd be everyone coming from an abundance mentality, not this scarcity mentality. Animals, I'm a massive animal lover. There'd be no animals out on the streets. I'd have them all. No. And everyone would be appreciating each other's diversity. And when I think of diversity, I think of difference in motivation, difference in skill, difference in age. Gender's part of that, right? It's not all of it. I think diversity is in the eye of the beholder, and I think the more we can all understand and leverage our differences and appreciate them, the world would be a better place. The workplaces would be a better place.
That is so true. I can totally resonate with you. In fact, we can even think of this one in terms of family, you know. People, just the unit itself is separated, and there are many abuses that's happening all over the world right now in their homes.
There is.
And that's when you ask about the harmony with the self, even like I really feel that the reason why humanity is, you know, not in peace is because we're not whole as a person. We don't know ourselves. We don't know what we are, who we are.
We've lost our way.
Yes.
I love that. I love that. That whole, I use that term a lot. Like, we need to bring our whole selves to life.
Yes.
We shouldn't be different at work. We shouldn't be different at home. I mean, there's some differences, but I think the more we say, this is me, and find what you love and do, you know, like I know you and I both do what we love. We work hard, but we love it because we're bringing our real self to work. And I think it's people that try and be something to everyone. I'm guilty of it. I've been there. You get stretched thinly. It's like cordial, you know. You put too much water in the cordial and it becomes diluted. And it has no essence. It has no essence. You know, I think too, we've become on the connection piece, because it's one of my favorite words, connection. I think we've become transactional in conversations and impulsive instead of intentional. Hey, how you go? You know, you say to people, hi, how are you? No, you say hi and they go, good. You're like, I haven't even asked you how you are yet. Everyone's just on this freight train of, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can totally resonate with what you're saying. That's why, you know, what you're doing is very important to really bring consciousness, bring the heart space, bring the real essence of what it is to become a human being in everything that we do here, even especially in the workplace, even in you know, because it's a holistic approach to everything, really. And so
it shouldn't be that or that. It should be inclusive. And I love what you said. You know, I think when we get busy and when we get transactional and when we're not connecting, we're just thinking. We're not using our, you know, I say we've got a headset, a heart set, a skill set, and your intuition. And we need to bring that all in. We need to bring that all into everything.
So true. So for you, Renee, how do you cultivate intuition? That's something very important right now, actually. A lot of people are disconnected in that aspect.
Yeah, intuition, a really good way to bring it in, and I bring it in, and I've always, and like a lot of people, been intuitive, but then I think something, but then I go, nah. And, you know, there's science now showing that the three brains are connected, the head, the heart, and the gut. And so a really good thing I do, and we put this in all our leadership programs as well, is when I've got to make a decision, I go, what am I thinking? What am I telling myself? What am I feeling? What's motivating me? What's my gut feel? And I use those questions, and usually one will be bigger than the other. But if you just go, what am I thinking? How does it make me feel? You know, what's my gut telling me? You'll get a much more balanced answer, even if it's in your head. And that way it slows you down and makes you more mindful. And as you know, mindset for me is the only thing we have control over.
Wow. Yeah. Thanks, Renee. So my last question for you is, what's the best piece of advice that you have received so far and you have been living?
In relation to?
In general, if you can share this to the world, what's the best piece of advice that you have been?
Well, there's quite. I've got a lot of virtual mentors, and then I've got a lot of amazing people around me too. I think the biggest thing for me, and it does go back a bit to what I do, but I just believe that everybody has everything within them to do anything that they want to do, if they want to do it. And I think, you know, you've become the person you are, I've become the person I am, but we are continually becoming the next version of ourselves. And that excites me. So things, as hard as it is right now, even as we're, you know, doing this, it's, you know, in a global pandemic that's not going away in a hurry, it's everything is where it needs to be. And if you look at it like that, you see the gift in everything. And if you can unwrap that, use that lesson to progress yourself, but better still others forward, and share that. I think as a human race, you know, we can all do that. A 5-year-old can do that.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Renee, for your time, and I really appreciate all the values, the wisdom that you have been sharing. Well, for those people, for those people who would love to get to know you more, or, you know, would love to reach out to you, where do they go?
Yeah, probably the best bet would be LinkedIn. We do a lot on LinkedIn. Renee Giarusso. You might have to spell that for them. It's on the screen. Yes. ReneeGiarrusso.com and giftmindset, one word.com. You can contact me there. And we have, as you know, Christine, lots of free resources, posters, articles, webinars you can download for free and tap into the resources you need for now. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So I'm going to stop this recording right now, but just stay here with me.
Thank you.
Thank you.